It's not very often that I make these sorts of scripted videos where I actually take the time to write out my thoughts and build a compelling case for something. I usually take more of a off-the-cuff, rambling out my thoughts approach. But listen, this is a special occasion. Without question, reservations, or exception, Genshin Impact has absolutely blown me away. I've fallen in love with this game in a way that I haven't experienced since... Well, it's been so long that I can't even remember the last time I just loved a game this much. I've been playing it non-stop since it's launched, and I have no intention of slowing down. Genshin Impact is 5 core things. It's an anime-inspired action RPG, an open-world exploration game, a collection achievement extravaganza, a gacha game, and a free-to-play game. Let's cover how each of these plays a role in the game as a whole. When you approach a game, it's important to first look at what the gameplay actually is. In Genshin Impact, you'll be taking on foes with a party of 4 characters, each wielding different weapons and elements in battle. Each character has different special moves, attack patterns, and special passives that help make their playstyles unique. The RPG side of things is a little limited, as the majority of your customization boils down to deciding what stats to emphasize and what gear set bonuses to equip. Let's take a look at what makes a character. Each character has an associated element. There are 6 elements in the game: Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo, Geo, Dendro, and Anemo. Most of them sound like what they are. For example, Pyro is fire and Geo is earth. The sort of odd ones out are Dendro, which is kind of like the life or plant element, and Anemo, which is the wind or air element. Elements have different reactions when they come in contact with other elements. For example, if you mix Pyro with Electro, you trigger Overload, which causes a huge explosion and destroys Geo-based defenses. Taking advantage of these interactions is key to coming out ahead in combat. Like most RPGs, we have a variety of stats that determine character strength in different areas, and those stats are based on your character level and gear. The gear we can equip is composed of 1 weapon and 5 artifacts. Each character uses a specific weapon type, such as a claymore, bow, or polearm. Different weapons have different stats, and higher tier weapons usually have a special trait as well. Artifacts have different stats just like weapons, but equipping multiple pieces of the same set allows your character to use set bonuses, which gives some pretty strong advantages that you can't find any other way. Next, each character has a constellation, which is basically a set of talents that do a variety of things like increase the power of your abilities, change the way a skill works, or even give you new skills. Lastly, each character has talents, which are usually the character's actual active and passive skills. Each character has a basic attack combo, a charge attack that can be used by holding down the basic attack button, and an elemental skill with a short cooldown, a more powerful elemental burst skill that you have to recharge, 2 combat passives, and 1 utility passive that might help with crafting or some other non-combat game system. On its own, that's a decent amount of unique factors to consider when using a character, but the combat in Genshin Impact revolves around taking a party of 4 characters into battle and hot swapping between them to overlap skills, utilize elemental synergies, and strategically take advantage of weapon and passive skill advantages. When you consider all that together, there's a decent amount of complexity and opportunity for customization here. I'm a huge fan of open world action games. From Mad Max to The Division or Shadow of War, I just like to roam around and complete random objectives, collect items, find hidden areas. Genshin Impact offers this stuff in spades. The open world is bursting at the seams with things to find, puzzles to complete, hidden areas to discover, enemies to fight, mini dungeons, world bosses, side quests, and more. This is the kind of game where you set off to do something and get distracted by 18 different things that you encounter along the way. I'm constantly finding myself taking little detours to get this chest real quick, or try out a modification I made to my party on a tough group of enemies over there, or dropping from the sky onto some hidden little spot that I would have missed if I was on the ground. Oh, did I mention you could basically climb everything and have a glider to soar all around the map? Did I mention that the map is huge? Have we talked about the absolutely gorgeous vistas, beautiful color palette, diverse environments, the regions inspired by real-world locations, or awesome spell effects? No? What about the stupidly amazing soundtrack? Can we please just talk about the soundtrack? Ugh. There's a song that plays in Liyue Harbor that I just can't get enough of, and the soundtrack is so good. On top of all that, most of the game's core dialogue is voice acted in English, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, and you can switch to any of these whenever you want. And the voice acting is actually pretty dang good. All of this makes for an incredibly immersive world that's fun to explore, bursting with character, and leaves an impact on you long after you exit the game. The action, combat, and open world to explore are great, but what really hooks me in is hitting goals, making progress, and constantly trying to achieve just one more thing. Genshin Impact is full of progress bars all over the place that drive you to keep playing for just a few more minutes. It feels like there's always something to work towards. So first off, we've got the standard character levels. Earn XP and your character will level up, increasing their stats. Eventually you hit a level cap and you have to ascend, a process that consumes special items, which gets you to the next level bracket, and you repeat the process. Each character has a separate friendship level that gains XP as you use the character and unlocks more info about their backstory. Weapons, artifacts, and talents all level up too. You kind of expect all that in an RPG, but since Genshin Impact is a game focused on party gameplay, there's actually a more important non-character rank that determines just how far along you are in the game. Your adventure rank. Adventure rank is tied to your account, and just about everything you do adds XP to help level it up. Open a treasure chest? Have some XP. Clear a dungeon? XP. Complete a story or side quest? XP. Defeat a world boss? XP. You get the point. The fact that almost everything you do contributes to this rank makes it feel like you're always making progress, even if you're just randomly wandering around the map looking for crafting materials. The game goes even further though, with a couple of other progression systems. First up, we've got achievements. There are several categories of achievements that you can tackle in the game, and completing them isn't just for show, you actually earn premium currency for completing these achievements. Next up, we have the Adventurer Handbook, which has 4 different tabs of things to work towards. The first tab is the Experience tab, which rewards you for making progress in a wide variety of game systems relevant to your level. This includes everything from exploration to crafting, leveling up gear and characters, etc. The second tab is the Commissions tab, which tracks your daily quest completion. You earn rewards for each completed quest and a bonus reward if you complete all of them. Next up is the Domains tab. Domains are basically the game's version of dungeons. You get a reward for discovering each dungeon and can farm them for XP and various types of materials needed to increase the strength of your characters and weapons. The final tab is the Bosses tab, which tracks world bosses that you can defeat for some pretty rare rewards. Do things stop there? No, of course not. There's also a battle pass with a free track and a paid track, and you earn XP for the battle pass by completing daily, weekly, and battle pass period objectives. There is always something to work on in Genshin Impact, and even if you want to take a break and wander around, you'll probably still be making progress on something somehow. Now we get to the section that might cause some people to hesitate. Genshin Impact is a gacha game. A gacha game uses a gacha system, which is basically the same as a loot box, as the incentive to get players to spend real-world money. For Genshin Impact, the gachas or loot boxes are called wishes. It's a nice term for what really just comes down to praying to the RNG gods while you gamble. Using a premium currency, which you can buy with cash, but actually earn a lot of just from playing the game, you can make wishes. When you make a wish, you have the potential to get either a new character, a copy of a character you already have, a new weapon, or a copy of a weapon you already have. Everything that you get is useful in some way. New characters open up new playstyles and possible party compositions. Copies of characters you already have unlock constellations for that character, empowering abilities or enabling new ways to use skills. New weapons have different stats and bonus passive effects. Copies of weapons can be used to refine the same weapon, boosting its passive effects. Or you can chuck that weapon into another weapon to level that weapon up. On top of all that, you get a couple of extra currencies when you make these wishes that you can use in a special shop to get guaranteed items, many of which are part of the wish system. Usually a couple of specific characters or powerful weapons are in the shop, giving you the chance to get them without having to wish for them. All in all, I think the system is more than fair, as the items that you wish for aren't mandatory to make progress in the game by any means. I've said it before, but I'm actually okay with and even enjoy loot boxes when they don't feel mandatory and when I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off when I'm buying one. That's definitely the case here. Oh, and did I mention that the premium cash currency is also something you just get a ton of by just playing the game? Even the 100% free-to-play crowd gets to make some wishes. The thing that blows my mind about Genshin Impact is this game is free to play. I mean, they could have easily taken out the gacha character collection aspect of the game and just sold the game as a full release. It's seriously polished, feature complete, and jam-packed with things to do. And when I say it's polished, I mean it puts a lot of modern AAA games to shame. So far, nothing in Genshin has made me feel like I had to pay up or lose out on the fun. You can complete most of the content with the free-to-play team that you're given, and you get plenty of opportunities to wish for free and possibly snag a new character or two. Once you have a pretty solid team in place, you can focus on improving and buffing that team to the point that you can conquer anything short of a direct counter to your main DPS element. Have I spent money on the game? Yes, I have, but I can say that the money I've spent has been because I wanted to support the game, felt like the value I got for my money was fair, and that in all honesty, I could be doing just as well in the game had I not spent a single dime. For the most part, spending cash gives you a shot at new characters to experiment with and new weapons to use. In truth, I still use a lot of the lower tier weapons on my characters because I prefer their passive effects. I've gotten one 5-star character, Diluc, and I got him before I spent any money on the game at all. I truly believe that the game is very balanced on the free-to-play, not pay-to-win scale, and that the value given for your investment of $0 is absolutely ridiculous. So that's the end of the script. I want to take a few minutes here at the end and just gush over how much I enjoy this game and some of the things that I just didn't have time to fit into this script. So obviously there are more positives and negatives that I didn't have the chance to list here. There are things that you're not going to like about the game and you are going to like about the game. There are some things that I don't like about the game or I do like about the game. But the point I want to drive home here is I love this game in spite of those potential negatives. It's so good. Some things that I didn't get to mention, like there's a cooking system, a crafting system. Some of the dialogue in this game is absolutely just like hilarious at times. There are a couple of really funny quest lines that I don't want to spoil for you, but we've already got memes going of them because they're just, it's good stuff. There are new regions with new real-world bases coming out in the future. The next region to come out is Inazuma. It's based on Japan, so it's going to have that kind of architecture and environment. I'm like super excited about that. There's co-op in Genshin Impact, so you can actually do like your daily quest and world bosses and dungeons with a friend or a group of up to 4 people. There's a special mode in the game called the Spiral Abyss, which is just like, it's like a roguelike tower. Like if you guys have been following my channel and you know about, Torghast that's coming out in World of Warcraft Shadowlands, it's basically that in this free-to-play game. And it's a ton of fun. It's awesome. It's a challenge, but it's definitely a lot of fun to play. This game has been out for like a week, and it's already just mind-boggling how good it is. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where it goes in the future. If you have the time, check the game out. It's totally free to play. I guarantee you can get at least 5 to 10 hours out of this, just like goofing off, playing around without feeling like you have to spend a dime at all. And you can just check it out, experience it for yourself. If you do decide to play the game and you get hooked like I do, reach out on Discord. I'll add you as a friend and we'll tackle some world bosses together. Thanks, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the YouTube stuff. Help the channel grow. Hope you're having fun in whatever it is that you're doing. I hope that here pretty soon that's going to be checking out Genshin Impact. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.